Give me that beat.
Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy A-Rod Beats. In today's video, I will not be using these. Today I'm going to be talking about arranging beats, more specifically how I arrange my beats and kind of the thought process I have while creating each section of the song, just to make it easier for an artist to hop on and catch a flow. Let's jump right into this. Alright, so I have this beat that I made earlier. I haven't arranged it at all. I'm going to let you guys listen to it first. So in this one I used the guitar loop from Gavin Hadley. His loops are absolutely crazy. I love the way he makes his melody sound very full, but also leaves a lot of room for the artist to hop on or the producer just to add crazy drums. Another thing that I really love that he does is he leaves all the stems at the end of his loop, which is just each individual instrument track. So the producer has more control of how each section is created as far as the melody goes. So what I like to do is I like to get them all on top of each other, including my drum sounds. I go over here and just copy it a bunch of times. I take out all these drums right here. This is going to be the intro, and then I just start looking for like the main guitar sound. Usually he just uses like, there's a main guitar and then he just adds a bunch of other stuff on it. I like that. Okay, so this right here is like the top melody, so we don't want that in the intro. Let's listen to this. Same thing with that. We're gonna keep this. It's more like background stuff. Same with this. And this is the bass. So for the intro, we just have this guitar right here. It's gonna play us the 8 bars up until we hit the first section of the hook. So at the beginning of my beats, usually I like to have a pre-hook, and where everything just kind of like mellows out to build up to the very like the hard-hitting main part of the song that everybody knows and loves, that's like jamming out in the club too.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Everybody knows what part of the song that is, and I kind of like the beginning of my beats to build up to that part. So I can do this a bunch of different ways. I'm gonna use an EQ. I love using this trick, and probably just keep like the 808 or the hi-hat and the clap in. We'll see. I'm gonna filter out the drums too. Okay, so far we have the intro, the little pre-hook right here, the main part of the hook. Now I like to come over and start on the verse. I like to make it real obvious that the verse is happening right after the chorus, just so the artist isn't like guessing when the different sections come about in the song. So I usually like to dump these out real quick and kind of just give the melody a listen. Take out the top melodies for sure. See, that right there works. Like, you can just do this little 2-bar drop out of the drums, and then you can remove, you could just make it bare like the intro to a more mellow sound. Little cuts like this, little dropouts of all the drums, it just makes it more, I don't even know how to describe it. It just builds up, like it builds anticipation. The listener's like going crazy, and then all of a sudden the drums just drop out, and then the drums come back in and they're going crazy again. It's crazy.
Okay.
Then on the second part of the verse, I still don't really like to have the top melodies in. I like to have these background noises that he adds in his loop, and then I kind of just leave everything else like that. So really, to get the bare minimum, the basic steps of arranging beats, if you're like in the studio, you're in a rush, or you need to produce a beat real quick for an artist, that right here is all you need. You can just copy, if I can get that top part, you can just copy this over 3 times, and there you go. You have about a full song, 2 minutes 30 seconds. You have the intro, you have the little pre-hook, you have the main hook right here, the 16-bar verse, and then a little bridge section between the next drop. But I like to switch it up a bit. So this intro, or this little pre-hook right here, I only like to have it in the beginnings of my beats. I don't really like to have it on the other 2 parts. So I'm going to get rid of that, and we're just going to bring back the intro right here. So for this beat, I kind of used a busy clap. It's not just a regular clap that's hitting on like the 3 count every time. So in the hook, that sounds cool, that sounds fire, but the listener might get really tired of listening to that the whole 3-minute length of the song. So in the verse, I like to come and simplify either the clap or the 808. Sometimes I go crazy with the 808, and the same thing, I come to the verse and just simplify it. So I'm gonna chop out all these extra little claps. Hopefully that makes the song sound less repetitive. So I actually might leave this filtered part in for the bridge right here. I just won't bring back the drums, just so it has like a little break in the song. Then right here, I'm gonna make the hook 16 again. I like to take out the kick in the first part and sometimes the open hat, and I'm gonna take out the perk as well. I like to drain out the melody a little bit too, so I'm gonna take out this for sure, this, and this. So right here starts verse number 2 in the song. You can keep it the same or you can just switch it up. I kind of like to switch it up. I'm gonna keep the same little dropout right here. I might switch it up between the first part of the verse and the second part right here. So nothing too different. I just kind of took out the hi-hat, the open hi-hat, and then brought in the 808 by itself just to kind of give it a little boom boom. Going back to what I was saying about being repetitive, I don't like how this guitar is playing through the whole thing, and it's very present, it's very loud. It is the main part, but like I said, I do like to make it obvious when the verse is starting and when the hook is ending. So I like to come in to the melody and add a little high pass filter. And then what we can do is we can right click on this little circle, create automation, and we can have it to where it's only on during the verse. So just by doing that, we can even fade this up right here just to where the drums come in, so it's not filtered the whole time. So if you wanted, you can duplicate this part and make a whole other section, a whole another part of the beat. This is a relatively faster beat. It's at 194, so I probably would have 2 verses on this one and 3 hooks just to make it a little longer in length. It really just depends on the artist. Usually I do not like to have it end in a verse. This is how I do my outros. I kind of just drop all the drums and leave the last little part of the melody playing, and then once it gets to about right here, I like to drop it completely, and then it'll come back and play the drums. That sounds really cool, and then I just come in here again with the master fader, create automation, and then have it fade out. So yeah, that right there is pretty much it. I don't really think I do anything else. It's really that simple. It may be simple to me in my head. I don't know how it came across to you guys. Let me know if you did learn anything down in the comments below, and I'm hungry. Pizza is by far the best food on planet Earth, but reheated pizza, there's just no beating that. Like, pizza is good the day you get it. Fresh, hot, perfect, right? The next day when you put it in the microwave and eat it, it's like a whole different taste to pizza.
Whoa, keep it up, Gavin.
That makes sense.
Hey, Aaron, give me that beat.